Hey, man, welcome to this week's edition of Courtside Radio, man. This is the point guard, Mike Kell, the PG. We're in the building. We're here live, man. We here to talk about the best sport, best game in the world. You know, that hoop talk. So welcome to Courtside Radio. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here with my boy Mike in the building. What's up, Mike?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Big Mike in the building. Out of Pappy. You know, we trying to just talk to y'all live one time.
Yes, sir. You know, Mr. Shice Wright is in the building.
Back. We back. New year. I know you miss me.
And then we got the newly graduate, Mr. Himes World himself.
What's up, y'all? It's good to be back, baby.
Hey, he's back in the building, and hey, we're gonna start off with some fire right away. Speaking of fire, this guy is on fire and playing amazing basketball right now, and it's that guy that attended Artesia High School. What's his name? The guy that attended Artesia. He's lefty.
Lefty something. He used to have like a baby face.
Yeah, then now he's bearded up.
I don't know who you talking
right, yeah,
about.
right. He went Arizona State after that, you know.
I don't know people from Artesia.
Hey, so if you guys don't
Too
know
far east.
who we talking about Mr. Reigning MVP James Harden, who is on a amazing tear right now. The guy is playing out of this world. He's making big time shots, and Houston is actually winning a bunch of games, man. At first they started the year, it was like, man, they might be a 6, 7, 8 seed, and now it look like they might be that second seed once again. So he's doing some amazing things. So what do you guys think about the play of James Harden right now? And then I'm gonna get to my next question after.
It shows leadership.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I could see where he's showing the evolution. I was like, I can do this consistently. People kept doubting what if we do this? It doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to make Capella better. We're going to strive to only get a championship, but they're not. But they're going to get to they're going to make the playoffs now.
Yeah.
At first we said, y'all might be a 6 or 7 seed. Might get snubbed.
I agree.
I'm not gonna. I thought they was
the way the
struggle.
year started.
I thought they would struggle just defensively, but the way he plays to where he slows down the game and makes it really difficult for the other team to really get a rhythm with all the fouls, and then the ISO play where he's just running the clock out, dribbling in your face, and then knockdown,
or assist.
He's like James Harden's like two people. He's like your Russell Westbrook who hunts for the assist, can get the team going, but then he's like your Steph that can knock down a 35-footer. Like off the dribble, however you want to do a step back, pull up, coming off a screen. He's driving to the hole as well. Like it's just like you can't really stop him. I hate the part of the game with the fouls, but then the highlights that we get with him putting people on the pavement, breaking ankles, Jamal Murray still down there.
Very disrespectful.
we still remember Wesley Johnson. I think he retired.
He did.
I don't think he's on the team this year.
Yeah,
but you know what's funny, though? Everybody mentions the fouls. Even without him, he still would have been leading the league.
Oh, no. Like I said.
28 points off buckets.
Yeah. I thought I think it was.
But he traveling, bruh. I'm sorry.
Well,
that's a travel.
Well,
we'll get to that.
He has 28.
Man, I'm sorry.
We're talking about 28 accounted for buckets. Look.
Yeah, but I just, to me,
go ahead.
I just think that when it comes to James Harden, he's playing amazing, of course. He always does this. He plays really amazing. What he is he's a great scorer that can also create as well. So right now he's averaging 33.9 points, 6 rebounds, which is really good, and 8.6 assists, which is he has 2K type of numbers.
Bruh, it's past that.
It's
way
past
past
that. He doesn't use all his energy up just for his team to get back in that area of the seeding for.
I don't think he will. He's built for it.
Look, all right. I'm going to read you a couple stats, and then we're going to go into this point.
Okay.
Harden right now, all right, is at 14 straight games of 30 points or more, right?
This is true.
He's averaging 39.9 points a game, like Michael mentioned, through 37 games. Pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's tied T-Mac's record already for the 30-point straight games at 11.
Yeah.
Couple more?
03.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A couple more games, They'll be doing it and tying Kobe, and then if he keeps going, he'll be the record leader.
Yes.
Right?
Very capable.
Since the December 13th Laker game, all right, he's averaged 40.3 points per game, all right, with the Rockets winning 11 out of 14 of those games, okay?
Yes.
This is great for Harden. Like you said, 2K numbers. James Harden, though, what happens during the season when he's amazing and we get to the playoffs?
When you get to the playoffs, the game becomes more physical. The refs aren't calling these little touch fouls, and that's where the playoff shows who are the real greats. That's how you become the Kobe Bryants. You become the Michael Jordan, because you do it in the postseason, and all of these calls and these travels come back to hurt him, because in the playoffs, they're not, they're going to call the travels. They're not going to give those same fouls, and then they kind of relied too much on the jump shot, so that's why last year, Game 7, they shot themselves out of the game.
Well, don't forget that they didn't have CP3.
Yeah, they didn't have CP, but they don't have him now, and
they didn't have a 3 either.
Yeah, okay, but look,
saved their life.
Oh yeah, they couldn't make
what I was getting at with the James Harden thing is when you go through, we're at 37 games in, no, 42 games in, right? You go through 82 games in the season, okay? It's a long season. If he does this tear, great. I'm actually hoping that it doesn't continue for him. That way, once he gets to the playoffs, he's not fumed out. It's longevity.
Yeah.
And don't forget that the tear is going to end for a couple reasons. They're going to bring back CP3 and Eric Gordon in hopefully a couple weeks. Like we heard that CP3 is going to be out a little bit longer with the injury. And CP3's only played, I think, 26 games this season.
They got to rest him the rest of the season.
Yeah, and the thing is,
you got to save him.
He's injury prone now. He's older. Houston gave him all that money, so he's secure to the potentially the end of his career. I think he will finish his career once those 4 years finish up. I mean, he's not going to be the same player. They gave him all this money because they recognize their best shot to beat Golden State, who is the top dog in the West, or was presumed to be the top dog in the West now that Denver's there.
They still are.
Yeah, calm down with that.
Did you say Denver?
Well, no. We didn't expect Denver to be this good. My point being right now, they are technically the top dogs in the West, okay?
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So Houston, although it's great for them, remember, they are in the 6th seed right now with Harden having this tear, okay? Let me tell you. They are one game away. They are tied right now with San Antonio for 6th and 7th. They're just ahead because they have, I think it was the win in division, right? Then they are 2 games behind. Behind them is the Lakers. So if they lose a couple of games, they go from 1 spot down 2. And then even more so, they lose 4 games. They end up, and this is presuming that Utah does it as well, win 4 games straight. They're tied with Utah for 8th and 9th.
Yeah, because right now the Rockets, like you said, are the 6th seed. They're actually tied with the Spurs. They're 1 game above the Lakers, and they're 3 games above the Utah Jazz. Yeah. So speaking of James Harden, he's playing out of his mind. He's playing crazy. So we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I just want to know, have you guys' MVP votes, if you can vote today, have changed? Because for me, it hasn't changed.
No,
he's not the MVP.
I'm still Giannis right now.
Yeah, my MVP is still Giannis.
He's not the MVP.
What about you, Mike?
You know what? I'm going with Giannis.
Yeah. So we all agree, and I just think that I can see the argument for James Harden because he's making big time shots on these nationally televised games. He has his Wesley Johnson moment again by making Jamal Murray fall, then getting the 4-point play. And his team was so low, and they just made this huge run to where now they are the 6th seed and a couple games from being, matter of fact, a couple games from being the 2nd or even the 1st seed. They're 4.5 back, which is another good winning streak, and they're there. But I think so many people get caught up into the big-time plays, big-time moves, to where we just don't look at some stuff.
Bruh, he be having IG lit.
Hey,
Twitter's going up.
Social media, him on
he's
social
ending
media.
careers. Like Jamal Murray could have put up 50 that night. It wouldn't have mattered, bruh. Did you see what you did though?
Yeah.
Like,
and did you see Murray got back up on the play and caught back up with
fouled.
it?
No, don't matter.
Yeah.
He pulled up,
and that's the problem. Like, don't get me wrong. I like James Harden. Did I think he was the MVP last season? No. Okay, just being frank. LeBron had career numbers on career low minutes that season, okay? So to me, LeBron was the MVP, and I think it was said best. I forget who said it, but it was James Harden was the people's MVP, whereas LeBron was the NBA
They wanted
players'
to give
MVP.
it to him because I felt like they owed it. Like, LeBron had so many MVPs for a while. It was like kind of like getting ridiculous.
Yeah, and then the Derrick Rose broke the streak.
Yeah, then Derrick Rose came, and then you had the guard situation. Then Steph had back-to-backs, and then you owed KD one, and you owe Russ one, and then James is here balling for years, and like
30 and 11.
He deserved it years ago when it was just him out there.
I want to make 2 points to you guys.
It comes to narrative when it comes to the MVP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
My
and social
word,
media
narrative. Remember we used to throw that.
Oh my god!
And that's the truth. You know,
this
people.
Is the narrative.
The media like ESPN, Fox Sports, all those stations put together this narrative that leads to the people believing it and actually enacting it. Yeah. But there are two guys. One of which we already talked about, and we're all in agreement that it's Giannis being the MVP right now, right?
Yeah.
But I also want to throw it out there.
He can't even shoot, bro.
I know. And he
can dunk from anywhere. That's the sad part.
The fact that he is the MVP out of all for all four of us, right? And he can't shoot tells you something about him, what he's doing, and what he means to that organization and that team in particular that makes him more valuable than James Harden is to the Rockets.
And it's teaching you that for the young guys, young kids playing basketball, that you don't just have to shoot the three.
No.
If you dominate inside the paint, inside the three, you can be a great player. You know, Michael Jordan didn't shoot a bunch of threes. He could make threes.
It was a different game.
Ben Simmons hasn't taken one,
but you can still
hasn't taken over 5 in his career.
Yeah, you can still. Yeah, look at Ben Simmons. He might be an all-star this year, and he doesn't even shoot jumpers. Period. So you can dominate the game by being inside the key, being inside the three, and he's showing it. Giannis is 26. 13 rebounds, 12.8.
He had 20 and 20 last night, by the way.
Yeah, 27, 21 points, and a big win at Houston, which he threw the ball off of James Harden's head to let him know this is
first of all,
and it went right back to
face.
Him. So,
he's averaging 26.6 points per game, 12 rebounds, and what was it, like
6 assists.
6 assists.
Dude, that's
how many blocks? Probably 1.5 blocks or something
I think 1 block, 1 steal. But this is the most important thing, is that team is 29 and 11, the number 1 seed in the East right now, where no one had them chosen to be that high. Like,
exactly.
I heard talks before the season to where they may be anywhere from 8 to 5, but like,
they're above Toronto now?
Yeah, they're above Toronto because they have more wins.
Yeah.
But
nice.
like, no one had this team being number 1, and I think that
I had him like 3.
That's why James.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why James was the MVP.
I had him 4 or 5.
Michael, you and I did our predictions for the seeding, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I picked the Celtics being number 1, but let's talk about that
I
later.
bet.
No,
I bet you did.
right
I bet you did.
I did say that Milwaukee
would
be 3
game?
or 4. They would be 3 or 4 before. And here we are now, okay?
Yeah.
I do want to say the other point that I was going to make was the other guy that I want to bring up for the MVP conversation, and I'll tell you exactly why he won't be the MVP, though, is Nikola Jokic. He deserves recognition. No one picked the Denver Nuggets to be number 1 in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Okay, out of everyone at this table, who picked Denver to be number 1 in the West? No one.
Who picked the Clippers at one point?
Wait.
It's a long season, man.
Exactly. So we're not going to talk about Denver finishing number 1.
Wait,
they won't.
We're not, okay,
this is solely for you two, Bruce and Alex.
What?
Who thought the Celtics were going to lose to the Heat tonight?
What's
15-99.
She, they got 16.
They got smacked.
The whole clip. They got hit with a whole clip.
I'm done with y'all. I'm done with all this crap.
They got a whole clip.
No.
Jokic.
They was in South Beach. Got the clip.
Jokic is playing well, guys. Like,
He
let's
is.
be real.
I agree.
He's averaging 15.5 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, 4.5 assists per game.
But only 15 points a game.
I know, but think about, and he's also had a couple triple doubles. But think about this,
couple.
right?
Lonzo's had a couple.
Yeah, but bro,
They don't even go. Nope, we're not going to
between the two players, Lonzo and then Nikola Jokic, who is the big driving force of their success?
19.2.
19.2. That's
let's.
Yeah, okay.
I
I do have
say
19.2.
19.2.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, the boss man is in the building. Mr.
Came
Good
to collect.
News. Mr. Good News himself.
Somebody
What's
must
up,
owe
bro?
him some money.
How you doing? Yeah, we probably owe him some money.
Pocket check,
bro.
But
Thanks, bro.
yeah. So I agree with you. Jokic at 19, 10, and 7 assists is playing amazing. His team is doing really well, but he plays in such a small market that people.
Those are career numbers. My bad.
Yeah.
I gave career numbers. My bad.
People
career 15.
Yeah,
no, that's
19.
No, that's
the season.
This year is 19.
Yeah, this
19,
year.
10,
Oh,
and
his
7.
career.
Numbers I
So
gave
it's
was
career
average.
average.
Another
Up to
guy that I
17.
would throw into that mix will be Kawhi Leonard because Toronto may be the best team in the NBA and he's the best player. And no matter they played
He's
really
sitting
well.
out.
Yeah,
he's resting every 2
They
weeks.
played really well last year.
They're pulling the San Antonio maneuver. You know,
Yeah.
Man, they have
these
to.
guys, yeah.
Hey,
We had a good run.
So
It's
Go
the
ahead
East. We don't even got to worry about LeBron. So
True. So
like we could stop Giannis.
Toronto played really well
Every other
last year
game.
with DeMar, but it looks like with Kawhi they're to another level because defensively they're such a better team.
While you're
Yeah.
talking about that, can I ask? Do you think he stays?
Yo, Kawhi?
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
See, I don't think. I'm not sure to be honest. He's one
I don't
player.
see
I don't
it.
know what his laugh is unpredictable.
It changes every year.
Yeah,
This is a
every
video
year.
where it's like the evolution
Every
of
year
Kawhi's
change.
laugh.
So I'm,
Yeah, dude. No, literally, it started off like a then it goes
so his tones
It's like
are
And then go
Goofy.
right back. Yeah, and it's
So-
like right back
Goofy.
Tim
that,
Duncan.
that laugh is unpredictable, and he's very unpredictable of what his move because he's playing so well in
His laugh
Toronto
is untamable.
that picture this: if you win in Toronto, you are king of an entire country.
He's bigger
To
than
where-
Vince Carter at that point. Think about that.
If you win with the Clippers, where a lot of people say
Did
he
Vince
would go
bring a
next
ring?
year,
Wow.
it
Vince
wouldn't
never
be.
won. Wait.
no, he
No,
didn't.
No, he
win
never
one.
He
won
never
one.
played
That's
in the
what I'm
finals.
saying.
He got the closest, I think, Game 7.
And that was one thing I
They
thought
lost
about.
to
Like,
AI.
Toronto's never got one. They
I
can
will
win
t-
it this year. He
I
can
will
still
tell
walk.
you. I'll tell you this. I think it's predicated upon how far Toronto goes. If Toronto goes to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think Kawhi is like, all right, let's run it back. That's worth it.
I
I
agree.
already know I have the path going. They can offer me the most money. We can make this thing work.
And let's bring
go.
somebody, yeah.
And they honestly, if anything, they're not like the teams where you say they're 1 or 2 players away. They would just need to, refresh, maybe bring in some other guys off the bench to kind of add some or bolster the roster, like round it out a little bit more. But there's nothing wrong with that team overall. And the thing that I want to mention, and I have to give credit to Mikel, is he said at the beginning of the season when that trade went down, Danny Green was the best part of that trade. I
Yeah.
did not think about that, and it's showing 1,000%
Yeah.
showing.
He was
Danny
a really
Green-
big piece of San
I
Antonio.
know my hoop guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
letting
do you
know.
understand what he brings to a
Defense.
team? Like, defensively, and you have a
Three.
shooter automatically.
You could make the argument that his impact, of course, I'm saying
He learned from the greatest.
Well, I'm
LeBron
saying
James.
barring, having Kawhi Leonard, right? Because that we already know Kawhi's impact, but you could definitely make the argument saying Danny Green is filling the shoes that was left by losing DeMar DeRozan at shooting guard.
Yep.
Because Kawhi Leonard is filling the offensive side and defensive side more so than they could have had. Now they have a defined guy that they are going to at the end of games. Don't get me wrong, DeMar was good. but he's not
Lowry's
that
been
guy.
a closer too, though.
Lowry's been a
they're,
coach.
they're playing well.
But they don't have to pick at the end of the game
Yeah.
who's going to be the
'Cause
guy to
Lowry-
shoot it. Who's
They
gonna
just
be the
work
guy to
so
play.
well together.
I was just about to say, Lowry's consistent this season. That's
Yeah.
because
I think
the
he's so
second leading
good, but he's
player in
still
assists.
salty.
yeah, because I was about to say
8.9
he was
assists.
averaging 11 for
He's
the
salty
longest.
though. He's so mad.
His best
Oh,
friend
Lowry?
was trading
Yeah,
away.
like,
You
You
saw
share
that
with my
at the
brother.
beginning of games. He's been doing
We're
the handshake
brothers.
that him and DeMar used to
happy
do at the beginning of
friends.
games by himself, and I'm like, dude,
I think I
that's
saw
love.
some tears on those eyes too coming down.
That's disrespectful. You
But-
got Kawhi. You better
so
get you a new
in-
handshake.
so-
I'm trying to bring you this ring, boy.
So we know James Harden is playing amazing. So we all still have Giannis as MVP.
Yes.
Yes.
Giannis is MVP.
Is James then your second?
Yes,
For
James is second, Kawhi third, Jokic fourth,
It's still
LeBron
early.
fifth.
You know what?
LeBron has
LeBron's
a chance to
fourth
make
for
a
me.
run because the Lakers is kind
I'm
of
calling
struggling
it
without
early.
him, and if they could somehow end up in the top 3, once again back to Mike's favorite word, narrative will be. He came to the Lakers. He got them to this top 3 seed. When they were out, they were like 2-5, 3-6, 3-7. So this guy deserves to be MVP. He's playing in LA, and
Yeah,
it's
I know.
a great story to
You
sell.
and I did our MVP pick in our placements, right?
Yeah.
I said to you that LeBron win because the narrative. He's going to have his stats. He's going to make these young guys better. No, it's the truth. Look at the stats that Brandon Ingram has had. Look
contagious
at
when
how
you say the
Kuzma
word.
has
Yeah.
been doing. These guys are
Let's-
uplifting. The only guy who
Kuzma don't need
stats
LeBron. He had 40.
Y'all want to get into it? Because our show been just...
No,
I've
no,
been
no.
sa-
Save
I'm
that,
waiting
save
on
that.
this.
But
Save that.
having LeBron on your roster gives Kuzma someone to learn from, and it makes him easier to play with on the offensive side. Before it was, all right, now I really got to be the guy to score. Now he has a guy that, okay, I can just run around on the outside, get the ball, do a pick
And
and
he's
pop.
looking for him every time.
And LeBron is the guy that draws the double teams.
I have
which
like a
makes his
theory
play
about
a
the
lot
Lakers when we
easier,
get to
dude.
them later.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the Lakers later.
Yeah.
Let's kind of change the directions here. Direction here. Excuse me. So starting 5 here, Courtside Radio. We got the boy Alex in the building, man.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Hines World himself. So I don't know if you guys heard, but some of the big talk out in New York is about Walt Frazier. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you all know who Walt Frazier is?
I know who
Yes,
Walt Frazier
best
is.
suits.
Just
Best
making sure.
suits
What?
Yeah, because a lot of people they know him as a
hooper,
a broadcaster and a commentator for the Knicks.
With
but
ugly suits.
He was one of the top 50 greatest NBA players ever. And everybody remembers the Willis Reed play where he comes back from injury.
Yep.
But Walt Frazier was the Finals
50.
MVP that year.
He's in the photo with all of them.
Yeah, top 50 ever. So
if you see the photo with the Celtics, the Lakers, all the legends, the top 50 to ever play. He's in that photo wearing
that All-Star game with Jordan. Go. Hey,
no, not yet. You know they gotta update that.
Keith,
probably like every 10 years.
Go look him up. One of the greatest ever. He was a guy that could score.
He definitely
20
gonna lose his spot
and get 10 assists.
What number is he on the 50?
Walt.
49.
Stupid.
Hey,
he's right above Sabonis.
Hey, but
wow,
hey,
Sabonis. I don't think he made the list.
Yeah,
no, he did.
It
was
a
joke.
I don't think
Arvidas.
he
We're
made
talking
the
about
list.
his son.
Hey, so in August,
son,
which
His
people
son
are bringing
could
up
get
again, especially in the New York market, is his words about Kevin Durant, who's a free agent this year, who people are hoping goes to the Knicks. And he pretty much said, Durant, is a great player as he is. I would still hold back because, man, he joined a team that really didn't need him. You know what I mean? He's right there with LeBron. Probably will surpass LeBron as the best player in the game soon. But for him doing that, I still don't give him the full credit that he probably would have deserved if he stayed with the Oklahoma City Thunder and won a title. So he pretty much saying that there will be an asterisk by his name when you mention the great. So
we've all said this.
I want to see what you guys feel about that. Do you think? Because what I take from it is I don't think it's going to be an asterisk per se. I just think that, like you said, fans, commentators, people in the media see that he joined such a stacked team that just won 73 games with a 2-time MVP, and he joined that team after having them down 3-1 and losing, and now he's winning championships with them. So my question for you guys is, do we all agree that we do look at him a little different because of that move?
Dude. No. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
What?
No. Hell no.
So
what the hell?
Hey, Bruce, what about you, Bruce? What
hell?
do you feel? It's not an asterisk next to his name, but you won't throw him in the top 10 all time.
It's definitely an asterisk next to his name.
For the top 10?
Anybody that plays
Top
basketball,
10,
watches basketball, knows anything about it. You
Yes,
know that
he
when
did.
you knew that when KD went to the Warriors, they won the championship every single year that
Well,
he's
see,
there.
that's different. You're
Yeah.
talking about for top 10.
And I'm not
Thought y'all
saying,
meant for him being the
but honestly,
he's a great
another
player,
thing,
but-
hell no, that's a
another
great
thing
player.
about it is
Damn.
more of like an asterisk for the Warriors because they did win that championship
The
and
Warriors
they were
never
good.
changed.
Yeah.
But they had noticed that they were a little flawed when they lost to LeBron that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Them having KD was just like, okay, we are, that's it.
So,
Like,
Mike,
there's
I'm
no
going
beating
to
it.
heard it. Let me hear it.
No, I'm so DeMarcus is wrong too?
Nah,
Yes.
bruh.
That's why I'm like, so wait, DeMarcus, he get asterisks after if they get another one.
No. DeMarcus is in a totally different situation.
That's
He
what
was
I'm saying,
injured.
like-
Dude, no,
He hasn't even played a game yet.
But
Hasn't
we
played.
I
don't
think
talk
it was
to
the
him.
best move for them because I still think that at the
adding
end of the
DeMarcus
year,
or adding KD?
DeMarcus. Adding
Dude,
DeMarcus
yeah,
is
because
going to
adding
give
over
them
him.
the option to keep Curry, DeMarcus, and KD, and then letting Clay and Draymond walk.
But when it comes to what I'm talking about with this topic is legacy. We all talk about legacy. We argue that LeBron, Jordan, GOAT debate, Kobe, Magic, greatest Laker debate. So what I'm saying is, as far as legacy,
Who did you have on the Laker debate, Mike?
I think that Magic was the greatest Laker, but Kobe was the best player.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Agreed.
got to give them two
Agreed.
different categories.
Yeah, same here. That's why I was like,
that's fair.
Because
dude.
that man Magic is different, man. Like
he was transcendent. Like he transcended
He
the
brought the
game.
Lakers-
bruh, he's about to add more to the legacy soon.
He gave
So let
Lakers
it
life.
happen.
But what I was
Yeah,
saying
we'll talk
was,
about that.
when it comes to KD's legacy, if KD were to retire right now, people will be like, he got rings, but, man, he went to that team.
Golden State to get him.
Yeah, he went to Golden State to get him. So
Yeah.
tell me, what does he have to do to actually change that narrative of his career? So
right.
what they're saying is, if he goes to the Knicks and wins a championship, that can catapult him
Redeem.
into a top 10 player ever.
All right, look, KD
Nah.
is to me, it's different. All right, let's separate the arguments. Top 10 player versus legacy, okay? KD is a top 10 player. Yes. I'm putting him there. That's undeniable, and anyone who says otherwise needs to go and
watch basketball.
Yeah, please. Like they need to start actually watching basketball as opposed to like watching JV games or just relating to what they did in high school.
Because he does whatever he wants.
KD does what he wants. He's an all-time great scorer, and I will not discredit the player. But his legacy is, I don't want to say tarnished because his career's still going, right?
Yeah.
But
he can clean it up still.
Yeah, he can clean it up. If he goes to another team like the Knicks, whom aren't in a situation where they're actually even in the playoffs, he can uplift them, change the legacy of himself, and also add to a legacy of a storied franchise. If he goes to a place like Minnesota, don't get me wrong, like it's going to be good for his legacy, but it's not like he's going to win there. Let's be real, okay?
Yeah.
Go to a big market team. But in terms of his legacy, KD's legacy as of now, if he retires today, will always be associated with the guy who rode the coattails of a 73-9 win team after being down. That's the problem. He played them in the Western Conference Finals, and they were up. Then they lost, and KD's like, oh, crap. They got it good. They need another guy. They got money. All right, let's go. Let's do it. And they did it, and that's the problem. Steph's legacy will not be tarnished. And I like what you said in terms of the Warriors' legacy because that's separating them from other players.
Yeah, the players are totally different from what they did. Like I said, they went and they hit the easy button straight up. Like they literally hit the easy button. It was like, how can we just like run the table real quick and like just beat everybody and be like unquestioned?
But think about other teams like back in the 80s when you had the Celtics, all right? You look at how
Here we go.
No. Think about even the Celtics in the 60s.
You could have just said Lakers.
No. What I'm trying to get at is these teams, okay, even the Lakers, they had stacked teams, right? But players understood that not everyone's going to get paid, so they took a little bit less to keep the team and unit together. I mean, as recent as look at Paul Pierce. Every year with the Celtics, when they were trying to re-sign KG, they were trying to re-sign Ray, trying to give Rondo money, all these other guys in free agency that they wanted to add. These players would renegotiate their deals to take a little bit less so they could bring in more. And that's the thing that the Warriors are doing. They've just done it in a system where, crap, we have a ton of great players, and no one would expect these guys to be willing to take a little bit less, right?
Well, honestly, nobody's taken less yet other than KD.
No, Steph is taking a little bit less.
His first time around,
Well,
no. Steph actually didn't take less. Steph was hurt,
contract.
And he couldn't get more at the time because of the ankle injuries, so he had to take less at that point. That gave them the opportunity, and then they also had Klay was making more than Steph actually at one point, because when Klay signed, he was like $14 million a year at the time, and that was like pretty much a good max. And they were like, "What are you doing, Jerry West?" And it was like, he's the best defender in the league, honestly, right now.
Hey, so this is what I want to say. So for me, I think there's a few teams that KD can change the legacy of himself.
He has to go.
So the teams I see is the Knicks.
Wait. We all agree, though, that he has to go to change his legacy, correct?
Yes, he has to
go.
he
does.
Yeah,
so
and he has to go to New York.
So what he can do to make himself really big time.
Go?
I'm going to tell you. I got the team. So what he has to do to be really big time is try to win 4 straight with the Warriors, because that would be, really, really special. Jordan never did it.
Especially if they lose Klay and like Draymond this year.
Kobe never did it. Magic never did it. That would be something huge. But after he were to do that, then he would have to go to one of these few teams. And I would say, in my order, what I believe, the Knicks, because if he were able to win in New York, that would be so amazing. New York haven't won since Walt Frazier and those guys. The Clippers, because they will be able to win a team that never won anything.
Again.
That would be big time. Number 3, if he goes back home to the Wizards and wins for the DMV area for what they call the Chocolate City. If he go out there and win. And then number 4, if he, even though right now it looks a little different, but if he somehow goes back to OKC.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, which I don't think is going to happen either. But if he were to bring them a title, I think that's how KD can do it.
If Russ leaves.
Yeah, Russ
that would be the only way, and Russ not going nowhere.
No, Russ is staying. No.
Now Russ would stay, and PG would go.
Yeah. So
trade him to the Lakers for
so those KCP. Are the only teams I think that he could change.
Shut up.
He's forgiven. You're forgiven, PG.
And so another thing I want to talk about is with that Walt Frazier thing.
Wait. Do they all agree with that?
Oh, so what do you guys agree? Are there any other teams that he can join that you think?
The teams I think like the Knicks are the top of the list, just because it's like the bread and butter, And if you're the big guy,
Brooklyn too. Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, Brooklyn is another story. And honestly, Brooklyn I think is a better off team. But I mean, if Porzingis comes back, that's different. Kevin Knox is nice. You got
Kevin Knox. I'm letting you guys know. I got to watch Kevin Knox play in real time and see this man on campus.
He's a beast, bruh.
He was underrated going into the draft. I had him picked in the top 8. That's how good that kid is.
He's a monster.
He is underrated. But side note, the one team I want to bring up in this, I think that OKC should be higher for just off the standstill. Like, if he can go back to the team he left and then win a championship with them, with Russ, of course, you know, mend the fences there. And he has to go through. Then you have to mention.
PG,
you got to remember.
I think PG makes it seem like a super team because
why couldn't they get Russ, PG, and KD?
They paid him too much because Steven Adams money right now.
Yeah.
You see teams going over the ledger.
Aquaman can get his ass
If
out of
he
there.
were to
They was
over
paying
more,
$300.
Well, tell Aquaman
they
he
ended
can
up
go.
getting rid of Melo and like saving a little.
Yeah.
But then they took Schroeder back. They're almost at like $300 million
tell
this
Aquaman
year.
he has to go for KD.
Yeah.
Aquaman got to get up out of there.
No, but for real, like,
I mean, they got Noel on the bench coming in the
hey,
cut.
I want
If
to
he's
also
safe.
say, I want to say, I
Noel
hope
needs to
after that fall that Noel took,
recover.
I hope that he's all right. I saw the reports come out
Yeah, it's just a
saying
concussion.
it's just a concussion, but you saw the fall, man. That
Yeah.
was
He hit
bad.
his
He
head?
got
Man,
he
it
got
was
elbowed
bad,
in the
bro.
face and then hit the ground and slammed his head on the
Slammed
ground.
his head
So
on the
bless
ground.
up, prayers
looked
to
like he-
Noel.
Yeah.
I'm
be
praying
alright.
for him, man.
It looked like he could have been almost out before he hit the ground. Though.
Yeah, no,
like
because
his
you
glaze
saw.
in his eye. Yeah, because
You
like right
saw.
when his head hit,
his head cocked back.
his body he already went motionless. He was
Hey.
just like he just went down.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you from
It was bad.
that boy, all right.
Yeah,
He'll be
he's
all right.
going to be all right.
Bro,
But-
he gonna be out like a month, but he'll be all
Bumper
right.
cloud, he'll be all right.
3 weeks.
So-
3 weeks.
Bumba clot.
I'll go sit down for 3 weeks. I play 3 games.
So KD,
Treyway.
Tree
so
games.
KD, we feel that
Treyway.
Treyway.
his legacy isn't tarnished. He can fix it. He can
Nah,
fix
No
he
molestation.
can
He can.
easily
Treyway,
fix it,
no
but he
molestation.
has to. It's gonna be work for him wherever he goes to get for him to
I'm
fix
gonna
it.
throw this
said
out
that
to
other
you.
thing.
I'm gonna throw this out to you.
What if he's going to Sacramento?
No. What if he
Bro,
goes?
no one
what
goes
if he
to
goes to
Sacramento.
Philly and plays with
If
Embiid
Jimmy
and
leaves?
Ben Simmons?
Man, they
Wow,
gotta lose
hey,
one of those
Jimmy's
dudes.
going to go in the first place.
Yeah.
They gonna trade Jimmy by
Because
the
Jimmy's
deadline.
not going to fit in with them. Because
Yeah.
your Embiid
Hey.
going to be talking shit
Jimmy
on Twitter.
for
and
Jalen
then-
Brown, Terry Rozier.
Jimmy
maybe
Butler
someone
ain't
else
won
to
nothing, and
Boston.
he's coming in there wilding
Jimmy-
out.
Take him.
man.
Jimmy's wanted to play with Kyrie since the get-go. They've been good friends.
But
I want
that's-
to go back to what you said. You mentioned that if you won 4 straight with the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To me, if this man wins 4 straight with the Warriors, legacy is fixed from there. Because if you can win 4 straight and do something no one else, even the guy that we all look at who's the greatest of all time didn't do, you immediately to me are like, all right,
It's
no one can
easy
say
to
anything.
say you can
Wait.
win 4 straight with the
Wait.
Warriors, but
No,
I just like to bring in the financial part of basketball at all times.
they're going to lose these guys potentially in the summer. KD or all right, let's be real.
So he wins
One of the two
third
guys
one
are
this
leaving.
year. How does he get to the 4th, and who leaves?
We just talked about it.
Because
you brought it up
I
actually.
think
KD and
Boogie.
KG. I mean,
Boogie.
I think Draymond and
Clay
Boogie
and,
are gone. I think Clay is just too attached
One of the two.
to the Splash Brothers.
One of the two leaves. I think it's either KD leaves. I mean, not KD. I'm sorry. I think it's either Draymond leaves or Cousins leaves.
Yeah.
In terms of the big men, we're talking about big dudes. And if I'm the Warriors, I'm okay with Draymond walking away because Boogie's going to get less than what Draymond would garner just because he's coming back from this injury. He hasn't played a full
But
season.
Boogie's going to eventually want his. If he comes back, he plays well. He's going to want his money.
You heard what he said, though. He said he'd be down to stay with the Warriors for a couple of
Hey,
years.
that's what they say until it's like, hey, I help y'all win another championship. I need my money. You know?
Let him get a
he can
one-year
sign
deal.
he can sign a 3 with an option.
He doesn't have to do a 3 even. He can do a 1-by-1 year basis.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, I won this year.
Well,
with
I'm
you
just
guys.
saying because he's a big man and he has that Achilles injury. I'd sign 3 years, 2 years with the third team out.
Oh, are you talking about from a personal standpoint?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. But
If
I mean,
I'm
like,
Boogie,
yeah, and if I'm the team, I'm like, all right, we signed you 1 year, $5 million. How about this year we give you 1 year, $15 million?
nah, I can go get 28.
Hey,
out.
so
Coming back from Achilles.
so tell me this:
That was
does
this year.
Does KD leave or stay after this year? you
I'll go
first.
first.
I still think he stays.
He stays. What about you, Mike?
He stays.
He
Clay to
stays.
the Lakers.
What about you, Alex?
Clay is coming to the Lakers. That's right.
I don't think so. But what about you? What about you?
Okay, I'll put it like this: if the Warriors win, and all right, the dominoes are going to fall like this:
Draymond.
whichever one of the two, Clay or Draymond, leaves, that's going to predicate if KD leaves.
No, we're paying Clay. He's leaving. He's leaving.
Draymond has to go.
No,
KD to stay.
Shut up. We're paying Clay.
No,
he's just going to leave.
Did you hear what he just said?
I know. That's the sad
is
part.
100%.
That's sad. That's
reality.
Drake, he gotta go.
Draymond and him have feuded before, although they put their stuff behind him.
But
need
we're
money.
going to pay him. But
Dre goes.
I think
for me to stay. Period.
For me, I think
I'll even take a discount so you can sign Clay, but he gotta go.
No,
I'll go a step further then. How about this?
Okay, go ahead.
KD leaves unless Draymond's out.
No,
That's it.
If they win the championship, KD doesn't leave because he's gonna say, "Hey, let's try to get this forward."
No, that's even
I don't
more
care how
incentive
many
for him to
rings
leave.
we
What are you
win.
saying? That's
If
more
that
incentive
dude is
for go
here
to
in
another team.
September,
But you can't
we
leave
got a problem.
You can't leave a team
'Cause I'ma
that just
fuck
won
him
a
up.
championship. Just like LeBron said,
I'm gonna whoop his ass.
LeBron said he wouldn't have left Miami
I'm from the
if they would have won the
DMV.
championship that year.
James Posey left the Celtics the year they won in 08.
That's James
Hey,
Posey. We're talking
if
about
all the-
Hall of Famers.
Hey, no, if all
Dude,
else
always
fails-
bringing up these bum
Yeah.
Celtics, bruh.
James
I'm
Posey.
giving examples. Like, look, he can leave. If he leaves and goes to another team,
James
he can command-
Posey.
Look,
You know what his
goes to-
example is?
What's
The
a bigger
janitor.
market? What's a bigger
Yeah.
market?
Does James
New
Posey
York.
know
You know
what?
What's a bigger market? New York or Golden State?
New York.
What's
New
going to
York.
be a bigger
But if you can
example?
win 4 straight rings,
Hold on.
that, like you said, that impacts your legacy because no one has done that since Bill Russell's Celtics.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to win 4 rings. Am I right?
You do want to win 4 rings.
So why would you leave
if
after
you're not-
winning 3 straight?
No,
Like,
no. You want to win 4 rings
Yeah.
if you're with the team and people that you want to run it with.
Yeah.
But if you're with a guy that you're not
Oh, they're
vibing
going to
with,
get Draymond out of there, but I'm just saying that he's
Okay.
not going to
Are you
leave
saying-
because
KD
You're
left
saying for a
OKC
fact
because of the
that Draymond's
culture.
gone?
I think
He
Draymond's
left
out.
because he didn't
Then
know
what did we just
what
say
they
a
were
minute
going to
ago?
be.
We
Nah,
said
he left
that
because
if
Russ was pulling
Draymond
up
leaves-
threes in the fourth when he know I shoot better than him.
What-
And he
did I
walked
say?
off. He walked off and said, "You know,
What
you,
did we just say? We were like, if Draymond leaves, KD stays. That's why I'm with you. I don't think KD leaves unless that's the case.
But even if he does stay and they win 3 straight, I mean, they fix the relationship. They all playing well.
Nah,
They're
bruh.
going to try.
No.
to
He
move
is
forward.
out.
So wait,
They want to do
There is
anything.
no way I'm here if this man is
Hey,
here
he's
next
a Laker
year.
homer.
can
so
we all?
I am too, but he's deep into it. But you got to realize.
Wait, what are
that,
you talking about?
That KD.
What are you trying to say?
You ain't
Did you hear
full
it?
fledged.
No, I'm full
I
fledged.
thought you was about that
I'm
life.
just
Oh,
saying-
so you affiliated?
Oh.
As far as
Okay.
as
After
far
the
as a
show.
journalist,
All right, got you.
as
After
far
the
as
show.
being a top-notch journalist,
top
Hey,
notch air
top-notch.
quotes.
Almost there, but yeah.
As you
That
know,
KD
never
and them
mind.
don't want to see LeBron win. So if he has to stay in Golden State to beat LeBron, he's gonna say, "Hey, I gotta beat LeBron." So that's where it comes down to. But
Or he could do the same thing he did a
That's
couple
why he
years
go-
ago with
but then
Oklahoma
he
City.
goes
If he
to
can't
the-
beat him, join him, so he goes to the Lakers.
Nah,
and
he-
Nah, man.
He already
Honestly,
did that.
Look at it this way.
yeah, his legacy will really
He
be
can
wrecked.
do
Look
it
at
again.
Look
Hey,
at
if
the
it's
East.
for Space
Look at
Jam
the East
too,
right
KD,
now.
bring your ass here.
KD ain't never played in the East. If he goes over there,
Yeah,
Hey,
That's
don't
what
be
I'm saying.
surprised. There's one team that you
He's
guys
averaging
didn't mention that I'm
30
surprised
something.
about. Who was the team that almost had him convinced to sign with them before? He went to Golden State. What was the second team that he said that I was about to sign with?
I can't remember. Can you refresh our mind.
yeah, go ahead and
It's
give it
not
to me.
Houston either.
Boston.
Boston. He's not going to no Boston.
He-
No. Listen.
Ooh,
Yeah,
the
the
Kyrie
Celtics-
though.
Look, the
Ooh.
Celtics
Ooh.
are trying
Speaking
to,
of a homer,
That is a
this
bucket.
Alex, Mr.
Hey,
Hodge.
I just said,
Bucket.
I'm saying be realistic.
He about to say
for a
Michael
second.
Jordan gonna come back at 23 again and play for the Celtics.
Shit, I wouldn't mind.
Of course. Hey, but enough of KD talk. Let's
I thought I was bad.
let's get to that team that's
You are
really
going.
better
At
than
least
the
I'm in LA.
Celtics. The greatest team in sports history. Let's talk about the Lakers. And,
Get out of here,
Take that.
bro.
Take it to Beantown.
If
I'm
you
gonna need detail and
if you
security
didn't
to get outta
know,
here.
Kyle Kuzma scored 41 points. He had his
In
Mamba
3
moment.
quarters.
Ooh, in
Hey,
3 quarters.
Zero assists. 0 assists. So
Yeah, he only had like
Wait,
2
wait,
rebounds.
2
Yeah.
exactly 2 boards.
He was in his Kobe mode, but 41 points, a hell of a game.
But that's
Lakers-
also because he wasn't missing any of the shots he put up.
Yeah,
really.
he
Everything
made a lot
was
of,
going
yeah,
in.
he made a lot of shots because the
Man
game
had a
before
hot hand.
he couldn't make anything.
No, he's just
But
really that good.
Wait,
But
wait. If one thing I noticed, did anybody else catch this that made me laugh? When he hit the 3 to get 41, they said there's a potential on that foul because he had an and
Yeah,
one.
he missed. 4 points.
Yeah, I was like, I thought
Yeah, I
about
was like,
that.
bro, you
yeah,
missed the
I
free
was thinking
throw.
about something. I was like, hey, wait, you had a potential to get 40. You missed the. I was like, you just. Hey, it was on Detroit. That's why I feel because he gave them buckets, but it was like against his home squad.
Yeah.
Like, I have to do something for the city.
Yeah.
Put on for Flint one time.
One time.
And
we
he
get
balled.
buckets.
But
It's all right.
what I want to
Sorry,
talk
Keith.
about is So LeBron's going to miss 3 more games.
We love you, big dog.
And from there, they're going to figure out, what's going on with his groin and everything. So I want to know from you guys, B.I. and Zoe. Those guys' aggressiveness is up and down. How aggressive do these guys have to be? Because for me, I think that B.I., I think that Lonzo they have to be aggressive every game, even with Bron back, because it makes the team that much better. As a point guard, I think you have to be aggressive because when you're aggressive to score, it opens up passing lanes for you to find guys easier because defenses have to help. And for B.I., it's about that time for you to be aggressive. If not, you out of here.
Yeah.
So
he has – Ingram is a definitely – you need to figure this out because you're the one that's on the block the most right now because – you're like the perfect
pick, man. You were expected to be this guy. Everyone
was expected to be baby KD.
And like similar to Lonzo, he has flashes, but you have even more potential just because of the mismatch you create, your wingspan, and just how we've seen you do. And he just completely falls off the table at times. At least Lonzo was like here defensively, assists. Like he had 5, and 11 yesterday.
See, that's the thing,
and like
though.
2 or 3 steals.
People were talking about how Lonzo had a bad rookie year, and I'm like, this dude averaged 10, 7, and 7. The only reason y'all are saying that it's a bad rookie year is because his dad was saying, oh, my God, he's going
to average 30.
Yeah, he's going to be 24
It wasn't that bad.
Season.
And anyone that said that he was going to get better with LeBron, this guy
Keith, you have to
takes a step back.
No, come say that one more time.
This guy took a step back.
He's trash, man.
Get out, bro.
Listen, if Lonzo was on any other team,
he'd be killing.
He'd be off the bench.
We wouldn't know his name.
We wouldn't know who he is. He would be
out
off the bench.
of here.
He wouldn't get no PT.
Have you played one-on-one with Lonzo?
I'm not.
He'll put you in a body bag.
My brother has.
Everybody
did he win?
Is good. Like you got to be good to get there. So
I think they did beat him in AAU. They did.
They beat him in AAU.
Oh,
is your brother in the NBA?
No, he is
Lonzo.
He is a pro hooper.
Is Lonzo in the NBA?
What it is with Lonzo?
Number 2 pick.
I love him.
Huh?
Number 2 pick.
All right, look, his numbers were bound to take a dip because he's a ball-dominant point guard that needs the ball to give out assists, right? LeBron is now the ball-dominant dude on the team, so it's no wonder his assists, his points per game, all that have gone down.
I learned last night what the Lakers
LeBron.
need to do when everybody's healthy. You
that?
can have LeBron and Kuz on the floor at all times together, and you need to have Lonzo and Ingram on the floor at all times together.
Or you could just
however you stagger those minutes and then throw in Rondo in there.
Or trade.
And then trade Lance Stevenson away because Beasley can clearly do better than he was doing.
Wait,
you are never trading air guitar away. What are you talking about?
Come on, bruh. No, bruh. It's
Stevenson
bad.
is the energy dude.
Not anymore.
And now you should trade Brandon Ingram
we're
when
like
his trade value
we're
is
like
up
all
and get
emotionally.
for him.
We're like all emotionally attached to Michael Beasley because he lost his mom and it was his birthday yesterday and he had 19. So like,
we have a damn 2K My Park
like
squad.
he went through something too, you know.
Hey, so
like if you look at our
buckets,
if you look at our roster,
but honestly, I just really think Ingram has what it takes to like really be the X factor, and he's just like he's mediocre right now.
He's not
like
meeting
in and
expectations.
Out, in and out, in and out.
Tell me this.
So I'll take AD for Ingram right now.
Tell me this.
What are you smoking?
When it comes to,
there's gonna be other stuff involved.
I'm gonna throw out their numbers. So right now, Lonzo is at 9.5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Mr.
How many steals and blocks?
Mr. Good
What's his
News,
plus minus?
He didn't take a picture of that one.
He said that it's trash, which I agree.
He had a plus 23 yesterday.
Ingram 16, 4.7
nice.
rebounds, 2.6 assists.
I can't do
So tell me this: do you
that.
think that their numbers are where they are because of the LeBron effect? The fact that LeBron.
That's what we said just a minute ago. Their numbers are going to take a dip no matter what.
They're going to figure it out, bro.
Look.
Kuz figured it out.
Kuz figured it out.
Because he's open and he's pulling, and I'm not passing.
Look,
0 assists.
All right, look. All right, let me give you a trade-off.
Kuz
right
is
now,
a grown
just
man
give you
compared
guys
to
an
them
idea.
two.
I
Randy.
thought
He
of this.
actually is. He's
give
much
a
older.
first
He
rounder.
did 5 years in college.
Yeah.
First round pick, Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball. You call Portland and be like, yo, we want Damian Lillard.
Dame Dollar.
That would be nice.
Would you take that deal?
Yes, I would take
No.
Wait, who was that
Nope.
again? What did you just say?
I'm not
Ingram,
taking that deal.
Lonzo and a first-round pick for Lillard.
Dame and another player. I would take
No.
No,
Dame
no.
straight up.
Dame,
Dame
no,
straight
he
up.
didn't say another player. He says
You
Dame.
gotta
I'm
take
talking-
his trade.
I
I'm
don't
talking
know.
He over here
I
trying
don't
to
know
throw
about
it.
Dame.
No,
Like,
no.
I was
yeah, let
gonna-
me get up.
Hey, Michael, I'm with you on that. I was gonna say
Let me
Dame
get
is
Nick
somebody
Stauskas.
else.
I'm with you. If I'm the Lakers, I'm like, yo, give me everything
Dame
you
is
got
somebody,
for Dame.
yeah,
But look,
but
if we're Portland, you're only going to give up one. You're going to give up one player. You're either going to pick between CJ or Dame, and if you are, one of those guys is
gotta
going to
give us a
garner a
second
lot
round.
more than what they're giving back.
Dame in the second round.
Do you know why? Why I think both of these guys.
Well, would you do that? No. Would you do that trade?
No, I would
Dame
do
in the
both
it.
second
teams.
round.
Both
Not
teams.
straight
Yeah,
up.
Portland.
for both teams, because Portland, you get a young PG, you get Ingram, and you get a first-round pick. You get something different to go with McCollum, and they're not going to win a championship even with
Hell
Dame.
no.
So you might as well
Never.
start with something different.
Not the
And I
Lakers.
love Dame. I root
But-
for him.
The key reason why I think that their numbers are bad, whether with or without LeBron, is their aggressiveness as far as playing. And then the number one thing, shooting. These guys can't make open threes.
They can't make free throws, bro.
Yeah. Lonzo is shooting 41% from the free throw line.
And he's been like, they said he was like 23% like
Wait.
the last.
Wait, listen to me. Wait, listen to me. Listen
Get
to
out,
me.
bruh.
Listen to me.
You're not
Say
going
that
to be up
again.
here talking about the
Hey,
light skin.
Wait a minute.
Savior.
Y'all have to think about this.
Whoa. Did you just say the savior?
Savior.
Hey,
Now you
Of
gotta
what?
go, man. That's trash within
Hey,
itself.
Bru-
You high off
You see
pot
that
news?
defense?
Bruce-
You see
yeah,
that defense?
Bruce-
High off pot news?
High
Hanging
on
out with
pot
the devil's
news?
lettuce
No.
too much.
Bruce has
Oh,
been on that
man.
Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown today, but
Nah,
Damn.
bro. Whoa,
Damn.
whoa.
Oh my God.
Wiz
Wow.
Khalifa only.
so Lonzo is
Snoop
shooting.
double.
Listen, Lonzo is shooting 41% from the free throw line.
Bruh,
That is worse than
give me a break.
Shaq has
Bruh.
ever shot in a
Bruh.
season.
He
For a point guard.
injured his wrist.
Bruh.
So I just think that's the big difference with him and Ingram is those guys.
Ingram can't shoot from free throw line. He's shooting
I
like
know
50.
he's shooting like 62%.
Oh,
It's like
God.
those guys.
What's
have,
LeBron shooting?
Baby
70 something.
69.
Baby KD.
But
We
he's
suck,
getting
bruh.
buckets other way. But those
With
two
Rihanna
guys,
courtside
that's
watching.
the key factor. If they can knock down open shots, as you
She
can
giving
see,
it up too.
their confidence is much better. So the game before, Ingram had he finished
29.
with 29 points because he didn't shoot threes. He shot a lot of layups and mid-range
Ooh,
shots,
he
and
was
he
getting
was
to the
making the
cup.
mid-range. So his confidence was as far as I'm that guy, I'm going to score. While Kuzma was 3 for 20, he played with that confidence. And whenever Lonzo is attacking the basket, looking for layups and floaters, he plays really well. But they have to fix the jump shot aspect of their games because they're going to get open shots when LeBron is back, but you have to make those open shots. And with
All right,
you
I didn't
making
want to
them,
start my
your confidence to be up.
conversation
Go
with
ahead.
Ingram about this at first
Yep.
because I noticed it and like I watch a lot of Lakers basketball. He twisted his ankle at the end of the game
Oh my God.
against Dallas, and if you noticed, they didn't bring him back right away in the game, and I was
I
like, "What are
remember
they
that.
doing that yesterday?" I was
Yeah,
like, "Why
yeah.
didn't y'all bring him back?" And then when he came back in, I started to notice he was still gimpy, and I was like, "He did twist his ankle." the game
Trash.
before.
He needs to
My
fix
boy
his
was hurt,
jump
man.
shot.
Give him a break. He'll have 30 tomorrow.
You guys need a
Ingram.
soundbite. You guys need a soundbite of him saying trash just
Try-
constantly.
yeah, we need to. We gotta make sure we record that.
This is gonna be the Bruce
Wait,
news.
wait. Keep
up
that
in here
something
in
to
a
say.
minute.
Hey, say it's talking to the mic.
He
let
gonna be
us know.
missing. I'm gonna call
So-
Ray Donovan.
How good is Lonzo Ball?
Trash.
Trash.
Bruh, get out.
Trash.
This
Hey.
ain't the Monday morning show. Get up out of here.
Lonzo?
Trash.
Nope.
Yeah.
Terry Rozier the third? Yup.
No.
Wow.
Bro.
Why do you
wanna
bring
talk
him?
about this?
He's
You wanna
cool
talk
until
about
he goes
this?
crazy like
Yeah.
All
that.
right, who's better, Lonzo or Terry Rozier the
Lonzo
third?
Ball.
Or Paul Pierce. Apparently, that's what's gonna bring
Hell
up
yes.
next.
Lonzo
Let's
Ball.
Let's go,
Hey, man, like,
baby.
when Terry Rozier's a better scorer, Lonzo could better defend. And
Way better defender.
playmaker.
Bruh.
Way better.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Who?
So if
Deloading.
as a Laker fan, if you could
Wow.
have D'Angelo Russell right now or Lonzo, because to me D'Angelo Russell fits more with LeBron because he could catch and shoot.
Deloading.
But no, I still take Lonzo.
I would take Lonzo.
I'll take D'Angelo because
I'd take D'Angelo.
Lonzo's smart, man.
He fits the system.
Without LeBron, I would want Lonzo because we need a point guard to get us up and down. But with LeBron, you need. He's
We
always,
don't need a
he
point
always
guard
wins.
shooting.
Yeah, you always win. He won with
No,
Chalmers.
you said yeah.
you also got to
We don't
remember
need a
that the
point guard
Lakers.
shooting for like we need him. Like he's a person that's gonna
But he
be
averaged
ball.
5
He's gonna be ball dominant
Who?
shooting. D'Angelo
Well,
Russell.
he could catch and shoot though.
The thing is, he's going to be more ball dominant.
No, but that's what
mad.
LeBron wanted. But he realized, man, this dude Lonzo ain't making it happen. So I need to
look.
get on the
I
ball
still
more.
root for D'Lo, and I still watch him out there in Brooklyn. But nah,
Yeah,
Dude,
so
no, you guys are
Lonzo
forgetting
will be
one
a
thing.
better facilitator.
The Lakers
His
have
knees
Rajon
rub,
Rondo on
and
the
he's
bench. You
skinny.
can put deloading starting point guard
What
or
the
off
fuck?
guard.
he
You
got
can
Kenny
put both
Smith
those guys.
knees.
Rondo's hurt.
D'Angelo Russell got Kenny Smith knees,
Damn, that's
Bro,
shady.
those are like inverted knees.
He
Those
has
like the
those.
less than.
He
and
has
he's
those.
like
His legs are
19,
like
bro.
this.
Like,
He
looking
has broken
pigeon-toed.
raptor
He
legs.
came
That's
into
it.
the league at 19 with those legs. I was like, bro, that's supposed to happen over time. You can't come into the
Knock-kneed
league
ass.
with knock knees.
Maybe that's why he was such a good
Knock-kneed
3-point
ass.
shooter in the Rockets.
Did you
won.
see? Like he shoots like his legs like.
Bent in.
Hey, but hey,
I watched a lot of Laker
right now they're in
basketball.
playoffs. They're in the playoffs. Brooklyn,
Oh, bro,
which is very impressive.
Dinwiddie's a monster.
Dinwiddie's nice.
Shout out to
He-
They
Spencer,
need
man.
Jimmy Butler
Shout
out
out to
there.
Dinwiddie, man. Spencer be balling. Y'all see
Kawhi,
the shoes?
Jimmy,
The
or
sponsor
KD
on
should go to
IG.
Brooklyn. Somebody got to go to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. I prefer the Knicks, but
Nah.
Terrence
I
Ross
prefer
to
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
hey, before we
Porzingis
let's
is
switch
first.
gears. So the Lakers
You
are
ate
going,
them all. Leave them alone.
I know. Hey, Lakers are going to pick up. I had to make sure. Hey, I got the Mambas cracking in the stew today. So
What are
I got
those?
everyone. Mambas, they're candy. You haven't heard of
What
them?
never had
are
a Mamba?
those?
I've never had
What?
This Kentucky boy.
Give him a Mamba.
No, I'm good. I don't want anything sweet right now. I'm waiting to get some In and Out.
Oh man,
Oh,
I just
he-
got back from Kentucky. You expect me to eat anything but In and Out for like 5
Nah,
weeks straight?
I
I
understand.
understand it.
I totally
I say
understand.
forget
El
like
Pollo Loco. What type of?
the fuck I
Hey.
just say El Pollo Loco yesterday. Wait a
bro?
minute.
Hey,
Grilled
Chipotle.
chicken?
so tell me this: if
I gotta
LeBron,
go get me some grilled chicken, bruh.
hey, if
Man.
LeBron misses say 5 more games, then he comes back and he does what we expect him to do. Does the Lakers end up a top 6 team?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Because say if he out of 5 games they win 2,
Shut your mouth over here.
they lose 3.
I said top.
Yeah, I was about
Top
to say,
four.
I'm with him.
I
I'm
said
like,
from the get-go, the Lakers will be the 4th seed in the West by the end of the season. Everyone's like, they're going to be 1, 2, or 3, and I'm like, no.
I had
They're
gonna be
I had
two.
them 4 or 5.
Yeah,
I had
you
him
and
two
said the
till
same
LeBron
thing.
I'm with you. I'm
got
like,
injured.
I'm 4 or 5.
No,
That's
from
the
the
lowest
beginning,
we're going
whether
to get 5.
LeBron played all 82 or he didn't, it was going to
Yeah.
be 4th
I'm
seed.
scared.
LeBron
because
plays, we go to second seed.
I'm scared of that groin injury because that can be a nagging thing,
Yeah.
especially for a player.
His
That's
wife
why they're
was-
not letting him come back.
Relax. His wife took care of that. He's good.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
he's good now.
Hey man,
No
Worry about
inflammation.
Hey, this is
What you mean? Why
this
you think
is
he's taking
G-rated
extra time
show,
off?
man.
I didn't say nothing wrong. I just said she makes sure he's.
How does she
good
make
to
sure?
go. He's comfortable.
We'll talk about that.
What do you mean comfortable?
We'll talk
He's
about
taken
that.
care of. Well
What-
taken care of.
What do you mean by comfortable?
Pain free.
She took him to
Pain-free.
space jamming, but
What?
she took him.
He's
to
out in
space
L.A.
jamming.
where stuff's recreational
Hey,
and
so-
legalized now. So.
It has nothing to do with it.
So we
Doesn't
still got
do
faith that our Lakers
God
are going to
damn,
have
bro.
good seeding and be a team that can make it to the Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
maybe the finals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is Thursday, and we always like to finish the show with our Throwback Thursday
Mhm.
Player of the Week. And once again, this is Courtside Radio with the starting 5.
We live.
We live. We got your boy Shice right in the building. We got
live.
We got Inglewood Mike.
Big Mike in the building. We
Chop,
here,
chop.
Big Mike in the
Wood.
building. Then
What?
We got your boy.
Hey, meet me outside. Hold on, what?
Hey.
We got
I didn't
your
even
boy-
go to Inglewood and it hurt.
Hey, we got your boy Himes World in the building, man. What's up?
What's good?
So before we get
You
out
heard
here,
him.
Throwback Thursday. Michael here loking
There
up.
it is,
Can't
there
lock
it
up
is.
on the only white boy in here, man. We all going to jail. But
I'm not white. I'm Jewish.
oh yeah,
That's even
Jewish,
worse.
You right? Yeah, even worse. But
Damn. That's cold.
hey,
That's low, man.
Hey.
I just got back from Lexington, Kentucky, survived all that crap, and now I'm back in my hometown. The first thing I
Bruh,
hear
this is
that.
it.
Hey,
You
it's
don't get
real.
to pull rank with us.
it's real. Hey, so
Damn.
Throwback Thursday, we always hit you with the Throwback Thursday Player of the Week, which is an old school player that we talk about, and make sure you guys check our IG, Courtside Radio, to check out maybe highlights, pictures of this throwback player. And this week's throwback player, to me, is a very slept-on player. He was really nice, and he deserved his due because he was that great, and without him, even the GOAT wouldn't have been able to win.
up.
So Scottie Pippen is our Throwback Thursday.
Hey,
You don't get
Scotty!
So-
Mushroom nose that. Never mind. Go
Scotty.
ahead.
Let me get y'all
Hey.
some numbers. He was the
Great.
5th pick. He was drafted by the
He was
Seattle
great.
Supersonics
And then traded.
from Central Arkansas, which I've never heard of a player come from
Oh,
there.
it's-
Big old
Nobody
Yeah.
else has.
He's
country.
Hall of Famer, 7-time All-Star, He was a steal champ, 94, 95, 6-time champion, of course, 7-time All-NBA, 10-time All-Defensive, and he was a 1993-94 All-Star MVP with career numbers of 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. His best year, he averaged 21 points, 3 steals, 1 block, 5 assists, 8 rebounds. That was the year without
Jordan.
Mike.
Yep.
Scottie Pippen, man. What do y'all feel about Scottie?
Yo,
He
all right.
choked
So,
in the playoffs, but
all right, before you guys tell this, I got to tell you, I was at Swingers Diner.
What?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait
that's
a
what it's
minute.
called, bro.
See?
You talk about me instead of a G show. Wait a
All right,
minute.
so I was
Jewish
there
boys from
What were you doing at
Kentucky.
Swingers?
midnight
What were you doing at Swingers?
by the Grove. All right, it's a diner. All right,
Midnight.
so it's midnight on Christmas.
So
all right?
you're at midnight
I'm
with
sitting-
some swingers.
Yeah,
Was Future and Scottie Pippen and his wife there? His ex-wife now?
one of those people was there.
All of them swingers.
Scottie Pippen or his ex-wife?
Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
Scottie Pippen was sitting in the way back with a hood on and wearing a Bulls jacket. I looked at him, and he and I looked at each other, and I was like, I know who that is. And I looked at him, and I went like this.
He was ready to
You
swing.
saw past that nose?
Yeah, dude.
that
Damn, bro, that's cold. Like, what do you
That's
got
Now,
against him?
Scotty is
That's
cool as
now-
I have
I
nothing
put up
against
the
Scotty.
6 ring symbol, and he looked at me and smiled. I'm like, I'm not going to
Scotty's
go
a
up to him and
beast.
talk to
Hey,
him. He
but
was
let-
hanging with his guys. I'm like,
Let's talk about Scottie Pippen, his skill
oh,
level.
damn, all right, I'll just
Oh,
shut up
your
now.
nose.
Who would you
No,
compare
yeah.
to guys today? Who would you? I think
Scottie?
he has a lot of Kawhi Leonard and LeBron in his game.
Compared to
In what universe?
Defensively,
trying to see
he's
what the
Kawhi.
hell-
This is not 2K.
You just made a damn all time just like
No, those are the players that resemble his game the most.
I don't really see.
I don't see that.
I don't see anything really.
LeBron is a better scorer, of course.
Nah, yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
like
can't say
Kawhi
better
and
than.
LeBron
You
are
gotta
better
say-
scorers.
You can't say better,
Athleticism.
And they're
You can't
better.
say better or worse. If they're
Kawhi's
going
a
to
better
resemble, then it
defender.
has
Yeah, that's
to be
what I'm
like
like-
dead on type of
Nah, but
resemblance.
it's you take parts and pieces of people's games, and with those guys' games, you can see some Scottie Pippen. Just LeBron came in the league and was always the number one guy, so he shoots more, he gets more points. But Scottie Pippen rebounds like him. That's why he can average 8 rebounds. He can pass the ball. That's why one year he averaged 7 assists. He's better defensively than LeBron, but that's where the Kawhi Leonard aspect comes in. And, of course, there were different players. It's just a 6'8" guy who can play point guard, get the ball
I
up
just
and down
haven't.
the floor.
I honestly, Scotty was very rare, and he was from that time.
Yeah.
He could have been a lot better, I think, actually.
Statistically.
Yeah, like he could have been more of an offensive player
Yeah.
since when Jordan was out. That's why
Yeah.
he averaged
But
so
like
many
every
points.
team
but-
he went to, even after that, when he was on
Portland.
and Portland, like he was never the top guy.
No.
There was
Well, I mean, he
always-
was already done at that point.
But it was
Yeah, but
Rasheed
you know what I mean?
Wallace
You- but
and
you know what I mean?
Bonzi
20
Wells
years
Like
and
they're
all that.
like you're always the second or third dude on every team
Yeah.
you go to. So if he went to a team,
He's a
in his
hell of a
prime-
role player, but he's like your grunt Klay Thompson without the microwave 3-pointers.
No, he dribbled better than Clay.
That's
First of all, he dribbles the
Klay
ball.
Klay don't got a
Yeah.
dribble.
Yeah,
Dre
you saw the
has
other
a
night,
dribble.
He
First
had like
of all,
40 something points and 4 dribbles.
But it will
that
be.
game.
He's
They
like
did the stats. It was 40 points.
I
and 4
I
dribbles.
believe it was 43.
It's like he's like LeBron, but he was special. He's like LeBron.
Will you stop
Kawhi.
saying LeBron?
He's not. Of course, he's not LeBron, but
Trash.
he was a point guard.
No, not LeBron. The
No,
opinion.
I'm about to say the
Oh, I'm about to
comparison.
say.
No, the
Pippen
opinion.
ain't
The
never
opinion.
tried.
Wait.
He might be trash.
And he got more rings than LeBron.
Wait, Mike. Trash.
Did you just say Jordan's trash?
No.
No, never.
Talking about his opinion
Never.
about
Only
Scotty
Dan- only
being
Dan-
close to
That's
LeBron.
what I just said. Yeah.
Hey, only Danny would say
Trash.
something absurd and as
Why do you think he's not in the building?
yeah, facts. You hear that, Danny? That's why he's not in the building.
This is the
Hey,
first,
You're
Danny.
a
The
bum.
first is Kane.
You've been replaced by a white dude. Congrats.
Oh man, hey,
a
nah,
Jewish guy.
history
By
that
white
hurts.
boy.
That
What's that
hurts.
song? I can't even think about it right
That
now.
hurts. Hey, but
That
hey,
hurts.
that really hurts. Hey, Throwback Thursday Player of the Week, Scottie Pippen. Make sure you guys check the IG. Something's going to
When
be
did
up
this
there
happen?
today. I don't know. We making a mess in the studio. We might have
That's
to.
you over there, bro.
I'm not cleaning up nothing. Just to let y'all
That's
know.
cool.
But,
We got a maid.
Trash.
Keith.
Yeah, his name is
Trash.
Mr. Good News. But hey, so
Put a good foot
hey,
in
we
your-
thank you guys.
Damn.
Hey, we thank you guys for tuning in to Courtside Radio this week. We hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening to the realest and rawest hoop show in the country,
And we love you.
especially on the West Coast. We love you
Super
guys.
live.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It's Mike Kell, the PG. We got
Big
Mike in the building. We got
Shice right.
Shice Wright.
What's good, y'all? Shalom.
Shalom. We got Hines World in the building. We thank you guys for for tuning in. We will catch you guys next week. Thank you.
We out.